where we're going to run a 40-yard dash and we're going to measure the final 10 meters. Now, you may first notice that we have all my guys on both sides of lane 4, and they're going to cheer like hell as Marcellus runs through them. There's a lot of things going on here. This is the gauntlet. But you also hopefully can see me at the very end with my hand up. My hand up lets Marcellus know that he just needs to get set and go. I'm going to click my watch on first hand movement. Kind of an interesting thing. I think you can see where his left foot is. There is like a square. That's a piece of the track that had to be replaced because we developed a hole there. Why was there a hole? Because we've been doing 40s from that spot in lane 4 for 14 years. And so that push actually wore down the track. So we always do things the same way. You might be able to see the 2 FreeLap cones in that last 10 meters. So let's see what this looks like. Let's see it again. Our school record in the 40-yard dash handheld is Marcellus Moore, who ran a 4.16. 4.16. You say, oh, that's bullshit. Well, it's handheld. It's on a hard surface. He's wearing spikes. You say, well, what would he run automated? Well, he ran automated at a big combine his junior year, and he ran 4.35. So you could say, oh, it makes a difference in like 0.19. Well, maybe, but remember that combine was also run without spikes. He was not on a hard track. He was on a soft turf surface. You say, well, that's what it's supposed to be. Well, let's just say that you cannot transfer times from one place to another, from one timing system to another. What you need to worry about is getting your own system of timing as, take away all the variables. Just like we run in lane 4 from the same spot, same direction, all that stuff. We time with a stopwatch. So all those things allow us to compare times internally, not externally. Now, what we had to start doing in the last 2 years, you see, we won all 4 of the sprints, the 100, 200, 4x1, 4x2 in 2018, and we set 2 state records. So as soon as you do that, you become a target. And so some jackass coach turned us into the IHSA saying that we were practicing in the winter. We were not practicing track over the winter. We were simply sprinting and lifting. But the high school association said that since we were timing kids, that was track. So we had to stop. Or we could allow the kids to do the timing. Well, I wasn't going to let kids take my stopwatch. So I devised a system with FreeLap where I could get a time that would be just like the time on my stopwatch. So I wouldn't have to throw away my data. And I actually liked it. We had to stop doing the 2 metrics in one run, but that's all right. No big deal. So we don't use a touchpad because it would take like 2 minutes between each guy. It's a pain with the touchpad. We would put a start cone 5 feet in front of the starting line and 3 feet past the finish line. Remember, the cones have a magnetic field of 0.8 meters. So that's what we did. Now, if I was doing this without trying to match my handheld times, I would put the start cone 3 feet in front of the starting line and 3 feet past. What's going to happen is about 4 or 5 inches into the race, as you're leaning across the line, the timer will start, and as you hit that finish line, the timer will finish because that magnetic field. So here's what a 40 looks like the way we are timing. That cone is 5 feet in front of his starting line, and the finish cone is 3 feet past the finish. My son says, well, you're timing a 39-yard dash. Yeah, I know. But remember, I'm not trying to match my times to NFL Combine stuff or, somebody from some other school. This is just the way we do it internally. That's what it looks like. And just letting you know that he would need 5 minutes of rest before he does the next one. It takes 5 minutes to replace the ATPs that he just spent in doing a 5-second run. Actually, it was 4.38. See the finish cone right there? Remember, before he hits that cone, his time shuts off because there's an 80 centimeter field around that yellow cone. And notice that I have, unlike Liam's system, this is not Bluetooth. So I have what they call a relay that sends the time to my phone. This is Marcellus doing the exact same thing. You notice that there's all my other sprinters are down there. You can see a chip on them. And this is what my guys do between runs. You just stand around and let the ATPs all come back. Remember that the reason why we went to this is not because I did not like my other system. It was because they said that we were having track practice in the winter because I was timing athletes. So the high school association said, if FreeLap times it, and I have somebody yelling out the times to somebody else that has a clipboard, that's fine.